ladies and gentlemen.
All right, good to go? Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trey Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Rashawn. I'm thrilled to be joined by one of the co-stars from Jus Reign's TV show, Late Bloomer, Sunny, Sachin, Mahashi. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Chilling, bro, chilling. How you been?
Oh, man, I've been great. It's like, it's been a ride. And it's not over yet.
Just beginning. How was the drive here? I know it was like a little...
Well, I hopped on an Uber. It was like 49 minutes, but I'm going to walk home. And then I looked, it's 3.5 hours.
You better let me know how... So you're actually going to walk home. That's your plan?
Yeah, I'm going to walk home. I'm just going to go straight up. I'm going to shoot up Dufferin all the way into my neighborhood.
You know what you should do? You should probably just vlog your whole like trip. Like, yo, this is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, the thing is, I think my phone's dying.
Bro, so you barely made it here.
I thought of that right now, dude. I was like, yo, my phone's at 33%. Like, hold on 1 second. I'm going to break immersion here. Because does someone have a USB-C charger so they can charge my phone?
I think you probably have one, bro?
Here, I'll just... Oh, well.
Yo,
I don't know if I'm walking home anymore, yo.
Yeah, I think you might have to call that Uber if anything.
Yeah, for real. Or else I might just run out of juice.
Well, thank you so much for being here, bro. I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man. So first and foremost, how did you get into acting, and when did you realize this was like the direction that you want to go for your career?
Oh man, so when I was young, when I first started watching Indian movies.
Oh, that's where it started.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Like, this is so lively and colorful and loud and over the top, right? And I got drawn to it pretty much right away. And then it's one of those things where it was a brown kid, your parents like kind of not like literally beat it out of you, but they kind of like, yo, you're not doing that. You're gonna do like engineering or some shit like that, right? Especially in my house. So my dad was an engineer. Yeah. And then it just came time, high school came around. I was gonna join the drama club, but I didn't have a lot of motivation, to be honest with you, to do anything in high school.
I think that's all it was. Though.
Yeah. So I just did good enough to get into university.
Yeah.
But all the electives I could take, I took film class electives.
Oh, okay. So
I would take film, like, they wouldn't let you take the real good courses unless you were in film at York, but there were still electives that you could take. So I would take, like, classes like that, graduated, started working, met up with a couple of guys, Harminder Full, Imran Ansari, like totally, like, the most talented dudes that I know. They helped, or they wrote a couple of shorts, and then I starred in those. And then from there was like a little bit part on a YouTube series. And then when this came out, I remember, it's like, they always have the saying that when you drop, and you always read this on Instagram and everything, like, you'll drop the negative people out of your life and positive things out, and you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's not that simple, bro.
Yeah, like, there's all these people online trying to, like, preach at you, and you're like, come on, man, like, none of that. Like,
and it's all the same people that do you dirty and shit.
Straight up, right? So it's always those people that are talking about dropping. But coincidentally, in my life at the time, this would have been January 2023. Yeah. I dropped a person that was just fucking evil, negative. Yeah. Like, you could do nothing right in that person's eyes. Like, I could do nothing right. Yeah. And the way they would talk to you felt like lower than a human, even. Oh, shit. Like, you would start feeling like, shit, I'm a nobody, right? Yeah. Like, you just get constantly berated and yelled at and anything. It's almost like the second I dropped that person, dude, like a week later, I did my audition. And like a week after that, I got the role. Like, and then that's just one of like 1,000 positive things that have happened since then. Yeah. So then I was like, shit, maybe I need to like start listening to these yoga people on Instagram and shit, because maybe they're on this like some
they
level.
Probably went through the same kind of stuff that were like,
they've cracked some level that I'm not aware of. Because I was just like, yo, like for real, the second I dropped that negative person and said that person's not getting none of my energy and I don't deserve to be talked to like that, it's like everything I touched, like the best way I can put it is when I was there, everything I touched turned to shit. And now everything I touch, like, it happens exactly the way I want it. Believing the narrative that maybe I am a nobody. Maybe I'm good for nothing. Yeah. Right? And that's what it is. But now in retrospect, after counseling and all that other shit, you start realizing that, nah, man, this person was just... Because I've been trained ever since I was young to look at good in people. I think all of us are. Yeah. Right? It's unfortunate, but there are people out there that are just evil.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing very well.
Yeah. Like, there's people that exist in the world that are just mean. Yeah. And they're evil. And the thing is, they'll get you, and then they start convincing you that you are what they think they are.
Yeah, which is like such a mind fuck if you
I
think
know.
about it.
But then when you step away and you talk to the right people,
Look around in the bigger picture
that are like educated in this and psychology and stuff like that, and then you start realizing, oh shit, it was never me. I was never the problem.
Those yoga people are right.
Yeah, it was like these fucking yoga dudes. It was a dude that I remember watching him say that shit, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. And then all of a sudden it's like, dude, he's right. Like, and ever since then, it's gotten to the point now in my life where if somebody brings any negative energy around me, anything, I'm out. Like, I won't even spend more than like 2 seconds with that person.
You know your self-worth now.
Not only that, like you get to a point in life where the thing I value the most, I think, is peace.
Yeah.
Like that, I just want to go home and have no one shouting, and have no drama, no shit going on, no this, no.
Yeah.
Like now, like I live alone. It's great. I come home.
It's just you.
Yeah, dude, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like occasionally you get bored, but then I have friends that live in the neighborhood, and I call them up, and then we all hang out. And then my other buddy lives upstairs. So I'll like tell him, yo, come down, whatever. But it's like you get to a certain point in life, and you've seen so much drama and conflict that you're just like, yo, man, I just want my peace. Like I'll do whatever it takes to not have to like feel mad at anybody. Yeah. And I think the only way you get to that point is you get to the point where the people who did you wrong, you refuse to give them any more energy. So like that person, I won't give them any positive energy of mine. I won't give them any negative energy.
Nor do they deserve it.
No, it's just, and that person probably has their own story to it, but whatever. Like I'm going to go by what I perceive.
And at the end of the day, you're just going to go and do what's best for you. And you removing yourself in that situation shows that your growth, and then you also know now more of how you want to conduct yourself, but also who you want to have around you. Because like you said, like, I think we're at the age too now. It's like, bro, I don't have time for this dumb shit.
No, straight up.
I'm old and like, I just want, like you said, I just want peace. Yeah. And, just kicking with my boys, if anything, have a couple beers.
That's it. Anyone that's bringing anything negative around, it's like, nah, man, like you can come, you can chill with everyone else, but I'm gonna leave when you walk in the room. And it's no hate. It's nothing like that. It's just, I want my peace, and I'll leave. Like, I'll straight up leave. If somebody walks in, I see that they're out here disturbing the peace, I'm out. Damn. I'm out. I'll walk out in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't care anymore, but it's one of those things where it took me too long to figure out how to value myself. Yeah. And, this all started with you asking about acting. Oh, shit. And, tangent. But yeah, and that's what I find, like, I'm a little bit older than I look, but a lot of people ask me, they're like, yo, what's the most important thing? And I'm like, man, it's not money. I'll tell you that. I made a decent amount. That doesn't do fuck all for you. Yeah. The only thing that you should do is just look after the people that look after you and love you and show you love and respect, and just keep your peace. Because you're only here. And then another thing I find, humans, we look for the reason why we're so sad all the time. Yeah. Because everyone fucking is. Yeah. You see it in their eyes. Like, I'll be walking around, and I see it in people's eyes. Everyone's fucking miserable.
Like, yo, this guy fucking hates his life.
Yeah, everyone's miserable, dude. We look for permanence in a temporary world.
Yes.
Like, we look for permanence in relationships. We look for permanence in our stature, our social stature, our economic. Like, we want to get somewhere and be there forever. And it's like, dude, the whole universe isn't permanent. Exactly. The world is going to, like, decay and go into the sun.
Things are always going to be changing.
Yeah, so it's like, why do you look for permanence? Like, something can happen and it can be good. Yeah. And then it can be bad after. Yeah. And that's it. And then it's time to move on.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like I rather feel all kinds of emotions and be able to experience that so I can learn to be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then next time around when you're in that situation, you know exactly what to do in any situation, right? Yeah. But that's why I feel like people are nowadays depressed, and people look at everyone else on Insta and doing this and doing that, and they're like, "Oh man, this girl, my friend's boyfriend took her here and this and that," and you're like looking at the thing. Yeah, your friend's boyfriend was cheating on her because I seen him with this other girl last week.
Just
but,
last
like, you
week.
don't say it because Raina snitch.
Yeah.
But you sitting there like, dude, like, no, not everyone is as nice or as good as you think
it
they
is always
are.
like, oh my God, they're so cute together.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
Look at what he does for her. He takes pictures when she asks.
Why
It's
don't
like,
you do this? Like, nah, listen. You don't even know what the homeboy be
dude,
doing
I
on
ain't
the
a
low.
photographer. I ain't gonna sit there and learn how to use a fucking camera to take pictures of people.
Yo, then watch. Yo, start paying me for that.
Yeah, and the thing is, why are the pictures being taken? They're being taken to flex on the gram. They're not being taken as memories.
No, it's literally just that.
They're taking to show off to somebody else that look at what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not stupid.
You know damn well what people are trying to do.
100%.
And see, that's the issue is we have become where everyone just posts obviously the good and what people, and then obviously people are viewing it and like, yo, this is the life I want, you know, where they're seeing people getting engaged. Like, oh, like, look at what they did. Like all of this.
Yeah, look at this wedding had this, and they had like dancing robots and shit.
Yeah, like, yo, that is, I've been seeing that and I'm like, yo,
it's fucking wild.
It's fucking sick. Like, it's sick, but like, I'm
yeah,
like,
but
how
it's
do
still
you
like, why?
Yeah, what does the robot have to do with this wedding? Like,
no, like, it doesn't make any sense.
You know,
it doesn't make any sense. And even like, getting married nowadays makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It just scares me.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Just if you look at failure rates of relationships, right? It's over 100%, and you're like, how can it be over 100%? It's because most people go out with 2 or 3 people and they get married.
Yeah.
So that person has 3 failures in one marriage, right?
Which is,
So there's more failures than non-failures. If I told you that, hey, let's get involved in this shit, right? But it has like an 80% chance of failure.
Yeah, why the hell are you going to put yourself in that?
And it's going to take all of your energy and probably half your money.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
And mind you, that's not even dealing with, think about like the family and stuff you have to deal with too.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to put their perspective on it.
100%. It's like, that's why I feel sorry for kids nowadays when they start talking about, oh, we can't find someone to date or we can't find someone to marry. Yeah. I'm like, because I think men and women have gotten wise to the fact that it's a stupid endeavor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you're going to see it a lot less. Like, it's going to end up being like, certain cultures are ahead of us, like Japan, etc. And you see like their marriage rates are very low. And their rates of having children are very low. And we're gonna follow in that footsteps because people are eventually gonna realize, yo, this is a bit of a sham.
And think about how much they're costing now. It's a lot more expensive than it once was. And mind you, obviously the housing market too is not.
That's another thing. So before you double up your income so you could buy a house. Now you double that shit up, you still can't buy a house. So people are like, what the fuck? So what, I'm gonna get yelled at for no reason every day? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
It's like, yo, it's my house too, bro. Like, come on. Like, I put myself up for that.
Yeah. Oh, but back to acting. Yeah. So that was a nice little segue. Yeah. So I auditioned for it not expecting much, to be honest. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this because right now I'm don't got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And I need a win, or I need some semblance of a win.
So all it takes is one, bro. All it takes is one.
Yeah, I auditioned. All of a sudden, they liked it, and I was like, okay. And then I did another Zoom audition, and then next thing I know, I got the contract. I was like, whoa,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and then I was like, literally, we started shooting. So I got told that I was on the show in the first week of Feb or second week of Feb.
Yeah,
we started shooting March 1st. Or 2nd or something like that.
Holy crap. So it
was
very
like
quick
mid-March. But it was like literally 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
They sent me the script and they're like, here you go. And then I read it. I didn't go to my part specifically. I read it from start to finish, episode 1 to episode 8.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, shit, I fuck with this. Like, I want to
Bro, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Dude, he is, like, Jasmeet is so talented, man. Like, it's like yesterday I was at a jam that he was DJing at. Like, he does side quests and shit. And he was killing it. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. He's killing it. He's with like he was DJing alongside like one of India's best DJs and one of Toronto's best DJs, Knowledge. And he was killing it.
Yeah, because
this dude is just like, he just be out here doing shit. Like,
bro, I saw your story. I'm like, is that Jus Reign just DJing? Like, I'm like, yo, there's no way this guy is just casually doing this.
Yeah, and he killed it.
After dropping, you know,
I've been to a couple of jams where he DJs.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it like on a regular basis. Like, he'll just show up
hobby.
Occasionally and do like an hour and then leave.
Fire.
But yeah, when I was told, they're like, yo, he might DJ there. And I was going to go anyways because Sick Knowledge is one of my favorite DJs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then I show up and then I seen him there and he's like, yeah, I'm going up. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. I was like,
sick, bro.
Yeah, but I felt like, I was telling you, like, age-wise, I can't go out anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like, I went out yesterday, I had 3 beers, my hands are shaky today and shit, bro. Like, and I slept well, too.
Bro, and that's another thing, too, is, like, I think we're coming to the age, too, like, I'm getting tired at, like, 132, like, because I'm 28 now, right? And I feel like I already had that phase.
Yeah.
But now,
phase.
Yeah, so now I'm at that point where, like, if my girlfriend wants to go out, then I'll go out with her. Or if my boy's birthday or something, I'll go. But, like, it takes a lot out of me because sometimes I'm like, yo,
it takes so much energy, man.
I don't want to just chill out, play some Last of Us or something right now and just vibe out.
You know you shouldn't go out when you have to nap during the daytime that you're going out just because you're going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that is so fire.
That was me yesterday. I was like, yo, I got to go out. I should get a 2-hour nap. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go out.
Yo, you'll time it,
yeah. Yeah, if I need to nap for 2 hours to have a night out, I shouldn't go out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
But it was wild yesterday because it was like an Indian jam, right?
Yeah,
so I was telling Jasmeet too, but like season 1, I went to a couple of these jams and like 20% of the people would walk up to you and be like, oh man, good show, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Last night was like, I don't think I can go again.
Yeah, because it's different now.
It's every third person.
Yeah.
Like there was like zero like space for me.
What was the interactions like with them?
It's usually very cool.
Yeah.
The ones I find the oddest ones are like when they come up to you and be like, yo, you're the guy in the show. And they're like, yo. Because I'll do that. I'll get just as excited as them. Yeah. Just because. Right?
So you're playing like
yeah. They're like, yo, it's you. And I'm like, yo, it's you. Right? And then they walk up to me. The weird ones are the people that do that. And then they're like, can I get a picture? And I still haven't learned how to say no to pictures yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll be like, cool, right? And then they take their picture and they bounce. And then it's like, oh shit, it was never about me. They just wanted to post a picture up and say, yo, I ran into this guy.
Yo, you're not gonna believe who I ran into, yo.
Yeah. And then you'll have like girls approach and stuff, and you're like, yo, dude, you're like 23. Like I'm like 20 years older than you and shit.
There's so much difference in what we could talk about now. Like
everything. And not only that, you don't want to be the creep.
Yeah, the creepy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you still here?
I bounced around 120. You can feel the energy in the room changing. So, like, 120, 125, I felt like the drinks were flowing too freely. Yeah. I felt the energy changing. I'm like, someone going to throw a punch. Yeah. And then I was just like, yo, I'm too old. I bolted. I walked home. Like a 45-minute walk. Fuck it. I just walked home.
So, I'll tell you one thing. So, before we start recording, this man kept saying that he's going to, like, walking has become one of his, like, main things that he does now.
Yeah.
So, how did you even get into that to like want to be able to walk more? Was
Thailand.
It just living?
So I was in Thailand for a month. I went in January with a bunch of my friends, and just you end up walking 20,000 steps.
Yeah,
like
without even realizing it. Yeah.
Well, what happened is they had an app where you could get like a Uber type of service.
Yeah.
But you need a Thai number for it, right? In order to download that app and use it. I'm cheap, kind of. I don't know if I'm cheap or I just wasn't aware. So when I went and got a SIM card, they're like, do you want a Thai number? It's extra $10. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with a Thai number? So I was like, nah, just give me a SIM card. I just want to be able to go on the internet and have my WhatsApp work and shit. So I didn't get it. So I didn't have the app. So I was like walking all the time because I would leave the clubs early. You guys would go clubbing. Yeah. I would leave and then I'm like, I'm not going to call that Uber thing, whatever. How long of a walk is it? An hour? I was like, okay, let me just go try to thug it out. Then it got to the point where I get back, and then I'm living the suburban life. So I'm at my mom's in Mississauga. Yeah. I'm getting like 1,000 steps a day. And then when I'm in my place in downtown, I'll get like 8,000, 10,000, right? And then my body just started feeling icky and shit. Like, just, and then I started putting on a bit of weight again. And I was like, fuck, you know what? I'm not just incorporate walking. And then it got to the point where like I'll do like 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. So the walk from here to my house, it said 3 hours and 37 minutes. I'm going to do it. Like, if I get tired, there's always the option to just stop and then call an Uber. Like, just stop in front of a building or something and say, hey, like, send an Uber here, right? Yeah. But once you get walking and you put on some headphones, you put on a good pod or some songs or something, it's like, it doesn't feel that long. Yeah. And I feel like you can think a lot.
Because I feel like that's the thing, because we're always constantly moving.
Yeah.
Not obviously physically, but like, you know what I mean? Like when we're on the run, like we have this to do, or, you know, we have responsibilities and stuff. So that probably gives you that time to piece to really think about your thoughts and how your day, like how are you feeling that throughout 100%. That day?
It's like you slow down and you're forced to slow down and you're forced to like look around you and see stuff. And there's so many things that you don't realize that exist in your neighborhood. Like in my neighborhood, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in downtown, but you don't know because you're either like in an Uber going past it or whatever. But now that I walk, I've found like a lot of really cool spots and cool little restaurants and cool this and cool that. And you're like, yo, I used to walk right by all this stuff and not even look into the windows. But when you're walking without a destination, you're actually paying attention to everything around you.
Yeah. This guy's dropping gems, bro. That was a bar still.
I told you, one of the secrets to life, you got to chill with old people, like really old people.
Because they're insight.
Yeah, I don't because I got shit to do, but like most people should, man.
Yeah.
And if you talk to any of the old, I was reading this thing one time where like all the people that are old and they're like, what do you regret the most?
Yeah.
And majority of them say stuff like it's all different, but the consensus is most of them regret working too hard and focusing on money and this and that, and not taking time for themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important thing you have, man, is time. Like I retired from a really well-paying job in December.
Yeah.
And I could have easily put in another 10 years there. But I was just like, I don't want it anymore. Like the money doesn't do it for me anymore. Like I'm happy doing just the acting thing. And I'm happy with just this show. Because everyone's like, oh, what else are you doing? Are you auditioning for stuff? I was like, no. I don't even have a agent.
Yeah.
I get approached all the time. I get like inbox messages and stuff. And I'm like, nah, like I'm good right now. Right now I'm doing the show. When it's over, I'll go in head first and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, like from there you can, but like right now, this is your main focus.
This is what I want to do. This is what I, like people like commercials. And I'm like, nah, I'm not. No, I'm not going to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I understand people that do it because they need, a lot of times you need that money to pay your rent. I'm not going to hate on that at all.
Yeah.
But like, I don't need that money to pay my rent.
So why are you going to put yourself in that position?
And you can honestly, like if you start minimalizing everything in your life, you can get by with a lot less than you think. Because we've been trained to have everything. We've been trained, we need this, we need that, we need a nice car, we need this. None of that shit makes you happy.
No.
Like you can literally get by with very little.
But you know what's crazy? Like when you're younger, you know, like you're always kind of like shown those things. And you're like, oh man, like this would be so cool. I would look so much more cooler if I was to have this.
That's the definition of success that's been handed to you.
Exactly.
The definition of success since you're young is monetary.
Yeah.
That's what people say, that like, yo, you're successful if you're rich.
Yeah.
Not rich in family, not rich in love, not rich in time for yourself and time for the people you love. Rich in money.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that doesn't bring the happiness you think it brings.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Because the thing is, like, what's the point of having all that money in the world but you have no one to share it with?
Yeah. Or you're just working all the damn time.
Yeah.
And it gotten to the point where, like, with my job, the acting and this business I was involved in, it was like a 7-day-a-week
Yeah, you
work
had no
thing.
time for yourself.
And I did that, and I was like burning myself out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. So December came around, and I loved where I worked. I loved all the people there. It's a great company, All Lift in Brampton, and great people. Like just one of the most, like it's a corporate company, but one of the most morally correct places I've ever been at. And it was hard. I sat there. I looked at a bunch of stuff that I was gonna do, and then I was like, I'm done.
So you always knew you were destined for more? You really feel?
I don't want to do corporate anymore, I think.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it. I did it for 25 years, and then it was like, yo, I'm out. Now it's one of those things where, like, is it a bit of pay cut? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do I still eat? Yeah. Do I still have a place to sleep? Yeah.
So
do I still have a car? Yeah. Like, so it's like you can downsize, and that's why I tell a lot of people that are like in the hustle culture.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all bullshit, man. You know who, like, the hustle culture is there because capitalist society wants you to do this shit.
Yeah.
It's not there for your benefit.
You could really look into it on your own and actually see what else is out there to make a living off of. And even if, like you said, even if it's a drop off, you could need to prioritize yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like, and acting for me is like, even when I owned my own businesses in the past, in working and everything, I always clock watched. People watch the clock.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, shit, I have 2 hours left. Oh, I have an hour left.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 3 hours left. Acting is the only thing that I've never clock watched. I'll be on set for 10 hours, and then I get sad when they're like, it's a wrap. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Are you sure? Are you sure we can do some more shit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, I used to always hear that saying that when you find something you love to do, it doesn't feel like work. And I'd be like, bullshit, man. Work is work, right?
Yeah.
But it's true.
But it's actually very true.
I could sit on set all day. Even if I didn't have a scene, I could go there and sit there all day and just watch everything happening.
Because you probably always felt too like there was just always something to learn too. Like you were probably engaged to see like. So I was gonna actually ask about that was the experience with your co-stars, with the directors and the writers and stuff. How was that energy for you to be in those situations and learn?
Oh man, it's great, especially with because they're like-minded people, right? Like artistic people. Like it's so different when you got a room full of people that are like artistic and you're sitting there talking. It's like everything they're talking about resonates with you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and I've said this before too, I just assumed every TV show was like this. But the people told me when they're nah, you guys are kind of special. You guys all get along. Like apparently that doesn't happen. But like
you always hear about like those things though.
But like everyone on set, all the actors, the lighting, the makeup, like everyone gets along. So it feels great. Like you show up. And then another thing that it made you appreciate is how many people it takes to make one scene happen.
Yeah.
Because you only see the two people on camera.
Yeah.
Doing their thing, right? And what you don't see is literally the 70, 80 people standing behind them that made that happen. Even more so than the actors. That's when everyone's like, oh man, I'm like, actors legit, like, we get all the credit. But we get all the like accolades and stuff, but everyone behind us is the reason why any of this happened.
Yeah.
And landed. Like the words I'm saying aren't mine. Like they've been written down for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's but then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of that, like the writers, the lighting people and what they do and why they do it, and then
certain angles, how they're shooting it and stuff.
Yeah, like that whole, in season 2, that whole hookah bar, that shisha bar, that doesn't exist. That was built on set.
I actually thought it was like an actual location that you guys recorded.
No,
wow.
That was built on set. And then if you look at every detail on the table when you're sitting there, and you look at it and you're like, wow. Like not only did they build this, they made it look like there's posters up on the wall, and and then you know that movie Die Hard from the 80s?
Yeah.
And there was just a little sign, and it said Chai Hard.
Yeah.
And it was like Chai.
Yeah.
And I'm like, most people are gonna watch the show and not even notice that sign, but just the fact that they came up with that and put that in there, like it's just so many little things that you see when you're on set, and you're like, wow. Like it's like they think of every angle. And then you see like someone like Jasmeet that can go from acting to all of a sudden, bang, he's behind the camera directing.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, how is this guy doing it? All I had to do was spit 3 lines, and I feel like I walked in here with all this pressure.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I better not fuck this up. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And he's like spitting his lines, then going to direct, and then coming
back and forth.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, man. Like, that's when you realize that there are certain people that are just designed for this.
Yeah. And
no matter how hard I try as an actor, there's certain things I'm not going to be able to do. Like, I'm not going to be able to direct. I seen it. It's too much. It's too much planning.
Yeah.
I don't plan a lot. I'm not one of those dudes. Like, I'm one of those dudes that gets that text message from BMO. Hey, you're behind on your visa bill. I'm like, oh shit, that was last week. Okay, I got you, right? And then like you make the payment. But it's like, I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I can't do that. I can act.
You appreciate the greatness, though. Like, that's what it is, you know?
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, a lot of times, to those people, it's just another day at work. Yeah. That I don't think they realize how good they are and how talented they are.
So that's the crazy part, too, with him, is just like, because I grew up watching him as a kid. Like, all our YouTube videos, like, we used to watch everything, me, my sister, and my boys and stuff. And I always knew that whenever he decided to return, like obviously which became the show, I wasn't looking to see what he's done in the past. I wanted to see growth. And I could tell that this was something that he's always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And bringing that to light was so inspiring. Like I remember even like the first season watching it, because just seeing how he was talking about, you know, being on camera, you know, and filming and making a couple takes and stuff, and then going back to spend time with their family. Like I have experienced that, because this is the same kind of stuff I would do. Yeah. So all those little things that people don't really think about that he probably had to experience in his own. It was surreal of an experience to actually watch, and then
even getting that popular that young.
It's probably a lot that comes with it.
Like with me, it's different, because I I guess you could say I'm popular now because like I can't go to brown things without like people walking up to me, right? Even like I'm walking on Ossington, and like I've had white people come up to me.
Oh shit!
Because like a lot of different people watch the show, right?
That's how you know.
And then the worst part is because everyone in that area knows my name as Sonny too, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be like Sonny, and then I look, I'm like, oh, and then I have to figure out how do I know him, or is it because of the show?
Yeah.
So is that 3 seconds of weirdness?
Yeah. So you're just staring, like trying to figure out.
Yeah, like, and then they'll be like, oh, seen you on the, and then you're like, oh, okay, I don't know you.
Yeah. It's like.
Yeah, because all right, and then it's I can handle it. Because I'm old.
Yeah.
So it doesn't faze me. Like I could have someone do that and then walk away and with zero ego boost, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jasmeet has mastered that too. But the thing is, he's been doing it since he was young. Like if I was in my 20s and I got popular, move the fuck out of the way. Now.
Yeah.
I would have been a dick.
Yeah.
And he's still such a nice guy. Like you know,
and the thing is, he doesn't have to be like.
Yeah.
He's at a point where, obviously, like he can have a small conversation, but I'm assuming that. He takes time to obviously if he runs into anyone like and even you like
he's always like cordial when people run into you and stuff, but like it never went to his head. But sometimes I sit there and think if I got popular at his age, god damn it, I would have been a menace.
Facts. Like I'm just thinking like man, like with all that attention too.
Yeah, I would have been a menace. I'm telling you, I would have been terrible. I would have been absolutely terrible to people. I would have been like, people would have been like, yo. I was like, you're not good looking enough. Step aside. Like, I would have just been terrible, dude. That's why another reason why I'm glad that there were no cameras when I was younger.
Oh, man, that's another thing, too. It's just like social media wasn't as popping as it is.
No, and you could get away. Like, I'm going to say nothing on this pod, but there's stuff that me and my friends did when we were younger. And I'm like, if that was on camera right now, we'd all get canceled. They wouldn't care that it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we'd all be canceled.
Yeah.
And that's like the society we're growing up in now is like you have people that make mistakes. And I mean, some people deserve to be canceled. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Some people are straight up dickheads.
Right? They can't expect that, it just.
Yeah. Like some people are dickheads. You deserve to be canceled.
Yeah.
But some people make a mistake, dude, or like lack of education and they say something stupid. It's like that follows them around forever.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
The cancel culture now is scary, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair to make a mistake when you're 17, 18, or 19, and that shit's going to follow you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fair, man. Like, you can't, because at that point, then you're just going to have a bunch of... Here's what we are at society right now. Everyone's scared to say what they want to say. So what that happens then, so, like, let's say you're racist, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to defend you. You're racist.
Yeah.
But I'd want to know you're racist, so I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Now, those same guys will hang out with you at work or wherever, right?
Yeah.
And then they go home and
Talking
they're racist. But we've forced society into a situation where those type of people now are in their own echo chamber. They're only going to hang out with other people like them, and it's going to solidify their thoughts.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no discussion or conversation.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're racist, you don't like brown people, because no one does nowadays. You've seen it online.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And if you have a convo with me, maybe I can change your mind about it, right? But I got to know that you're racist. But now, if you're racist, you're canceled. So I'm never going to find that out.
And you never
We're
get
never
to have,
gonna
that
have that
conversation. Exactly.
It's never going to get fixed. Instead, you're going to hang out with people that think exactly like you, and it's going to be worse.
Yeah. And
that's what we've created now as a society. Like back in the day, if you voted conservative or liberal, you could tell people, and everyone still hung out. Like my uncles would be sitting there, one liberal, one conservative. Now, the States, if you're Democrat, Republican, you don't talk to the other person.
No. They want you to clash now.
Yeah,
that's
like when the fuck did this hapen? Like you don't even talk to the other person based on who they voted for?
Like I never knew it was that deep to begin with,
Yeah, the only thing that I can come up with in the last 3 years that's cut and dry what's wrong and what's right is Gaza.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can say is cut and dry. There's no other side to it.
Yeah.
They're fucking up Gaza.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a genocide. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. That's the only thing I've come across. Everything else has like 2-3 sides to it and shit, but no one discusses it anymore.
Yeah. And even with that, people are even too scared to like put their actual perception on.
With Gaza, like, well, hey, I might have a production in a year call me up for a role, and then this might take the role away from me because I said that, but I don't give a fuck. When like I don't want to be part of a production.
No.
That thinks me calling that a genocide is bad.
No, but that's the thing too. It's just like I hate that the fact that people are not able to separate your political views or whatever
from
the actual
acting ability.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters because I'd rather just not work on that production at all.
You're going to stay true to
yourself. That is something controversial to those people that are working on that production. I don't want to sit with them for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And create something.
Yeah.
But that's the best part is if, like I said, if I was an actor that was like actively looking for roles and I need this, or even if it was me 10 years ago and I quit my job, I'd still be looking at it like, yo, you can make some good money doing this. Let me milk it.
Yeah.
But I don't care about the money anymore. So it's one of those, like, I'm just going to do what resonates with me.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really good to see that regardless of whatever opportunity might present itself, that might be a good role or good money or stuff, you don't care about that. It's just staying true to yourself and knowing that, I'm going to represent what makes me happy, and hats off for you for that.
Like, and I won't do a brown role that has an accent.
Yeah.
I won't do, there's certain things that I won't do. I won't do one of those brown roles that's a stereotypical brown role.
Yeah.
I won't do one of those either, right? Like, where are, and I've seen it, okay, it's happening a little bit now, but where are the brown guys that are just dudes in movies?
Like, why do they always got to...
Yeah, why is there always got to be an angle based on the fact that they're brown?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like beer commercials.
Yeah.
We drink more beer than anyone.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of us in beer commercials. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like fucked up. It's like, you go to a beer store in Brampton, see how many cases go out that door, and see who's buying them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
But we don't have our, like, it's like one of those things where, like, if there's a brown guy, you gotta, like, justify his ability to be in that role and why him being brown matters.
Yeah.
And what does he bring to the table because he's brown? It's not just, he's just a dude that's part of their group. Like,
yeah, like, it's like they need to, like you said, insist on that and, like, make sure that's a priority. It's like, bro, it's not like that. You can still have him have an interesting character and personality without letting
100%
that get in the way of it.
And that's why I think Late Bloomer, one of the reasons why it's so important is because if you look at Late Bloomer, yes, there is things that are uniquely Indian culture.
Yeah.
But by and large, most of the people in that show are just dudes.
Yeah.
Like, just doing, like, dude shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's why I like that Sunny character, because I'm like, that Sunny character, yes, he's Indian because it makes sense for the show. But that character could be white, black, Asian. It could be anything. And that character still makes sense because that's still just a dude.
At the end of the day.
Right? So, and I remember when I got the script for season 2. So season 1 I loved. And then season 2 the script comes in and I did the same thing. I basically cleared the afternoon. I printed, because I still print shit out, right?
Yeah, it's easier for me to print out stuff too.
Like, yeah, like, look, there's like some of the younger people can read shit off phones.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't do that. I can't do that. My buddy got me one of those Kobo readers. And I'm like, I can't do this, dude. Because I started getting back into reading. And he's like, no, you just go like this to flip the page. I go, I can't fucking know. I can't do this. Like, I need to crack the spine on the book. You know what I'm trying to say? So I printed all of them out. It was like a ton of shit. Like, it was like that much paper, right? Because 8 episodes, like 40 pages per episode, right?
Yeah.
And I read through the whole thing, and I was like, oh, shit. This is it.
It takes I was not expecting the way it went, man.
Yeah, I was like, this is it, dude. They got it down. I was like, as long as the kid actors and the student actors killed it, as long as they can kill it, this is going to be so dope. And dude, killed it. I think the Siddharth, the guy who played the student, one of the best actors in this in the series, and he was like in 1.5 episodes,
and killed it.
You know that guy? He actually speaks proper English and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If you met him in real life, he would rock right by you. You have no idea it's him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, man. Like that episode, like specifically, like it hit me, man. Like, cause growing up, like I'm a Muslim, right? And I'm Guyanese, so I was touched by the fact that they talked about obviously like the 9/11 stuff.
Yeah.
And that kind of impact I still had to experience growing up because
you were younger, right?
Yeah. So you know, it was tough because I would try to ask that about my mom and stuff, and you know, she would have to end up telling the teachers like, "Yo, you guys can't." The students, it was harder.
The thing is, I was like, kids are ruthless too, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was lucky I was an adult and I was working.
Yeah.
People might have had thoughts, but they didn't say shit to me, right?
Yeah.
But when you're a kid, kids are ruthless, bro. They'll let you know.
Yeah, they didn't
Like
care.
You got something stuck in your teeth, a kid is gonna make fun of you for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Like something like it starts at home. That's where they're getting the jokes from.
Yeah.
But in the end, you're gonna pay for it.
Some of it was funny when you look back at it, but like some of that was also in retrospect.
Racism has its funny. It has its funny parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's
No, for
not
sure.
right. But I've heard some racist shit that makes me laugh sometimes, man. Like
What was like one of them?
Oh, I said it on the other pod. I was one of my cousins one time. We were talking about like what someone has said to you.
Yeah.
That was racist, right? And we're obviously like the P word, packy.
Yeah, yeah.
We're like, you know, this and that. Somebody called me this. Someone called me a camel rider. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah. And then he's like burger, and then we're all talking, and then I'm like, yo, stop, hold on one second. What the fuck you just say? He's like burger. I'm like burger. He's like, yeah, because he had a turban, right? He goes, oh, because I'm brown and I have a bun on my head. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
I was like, first of all, it's fucking terrible that happened.
Yeah.
Right? And if like now we were adults when we were talking about this, but I'm like, if we see that guy right now, I'll fuck him up.
Yeah.
However, that's fucking hilarious. And then we laughed for a long time. Oh, you're Guyanese?
Yeah.
My whole high school was West Indian.
No way, actually?
Yeah, T.L. Kennedy.
Oh shit, yeah, that's crazy.
T.L. Kennedy. So all my friends, like there were some Punjabi guys, but majority of my friends were Trini and Guyanese. And the number one thing I learned from them, you don't confuse the two of them. They could hang out with each other and be best friends.
But yo, they get
But
offended.
if you call a Guyanese guy Trini and a Trini guy Guyanese, it is a war.
The good thing is, like, I'm half, so like I'm on the border, you know.
So you can, yeah. But I've noticed that, like, they get so mad. I'm like, but you two are homeboys. Like, why are you two? Like, yeah, they're like, that doesn't matter. That was one thing I realized, and then the second thing I realized is like, y'all dudes are cool as hell, man. Y'all chill as hell. You're amazing to hang out with. Funnest times I've had in my life. But if you get on the wrong side of a West Indian person,
oh shit,
there's a cutlass to the head, and there's no like, there's no in between. It goes from like I'm gonna be so super duper nice to you, to I want to fucking murder you.
Yeah,
there's no in between. There's no build up. It just goes from like, man, me and you are cool, to like, oh, you fucked up.
Yo, I didn't even know it until that moment happened.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you're kind of like, oh shit. So I worked my way through those situations, but yeah. All my friends, like pretty much all through high school.
Okay, one day I'm gonna take you to a Kali event, bro. I'm gonna take you.
Which one?
I'm gonna take you to a Kali event, like.
I used to go all the time. So Connections.
Yeah.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
Connections. It sounds familiar.
Yeah. So we used to go there all the time, right?
Yeah.
So it was in Mississauga. So I'm talking the 90s.
Yeah.
So we didn't have money to go to the club, so we'd pull up to the club, and then kind of sit outside.
Yeah.
And holler at girls.
Yeah.
So there was this one girl I used to holler at all the time. And she would never pay me no attention. Right? I just be like, yo, what's up? What's up? She would just look at me walking the club. And I guess she had a bad day one day. And I was like hollering at her. And she turned around, looked at me, and she's like, why are you always hollering at me? She goes, your bum ass can't even buy me a drink. You're never even in the club. And I looked at my friend and I was like, yo, I think it's time we leave.
Yo, I think I'm that point.
Yeah, I think I'm done with Connections. I was like, yo, she just straight up called me out. She said it loud because she was across the park. Like, everyone heard.
Oh my gosh, everyone just turned around looking and like, oh
yeah, well, they knew because we'd always be sitting out.
Yeah. Yo, I don't even bounce back from that, bro. You're like, yo, that's.
Oh, you don't? I usually am quick with comebacks, but I remember I just kind of paused for a second. I was like, touche.
Yo, that's good one.
Yeah. I just looked at my homie. I'm like, hey, let's go to the theaters beside Square One and holler at the girls that come out of the rom-com.
Yeah.
That was high school, though. But high school is the best because even when you'd holler at a girl, if she actually said something back to you, you weren't prepared after that. Like, even if she said something positive, that, oh, yeah, what's going on? I didn't have anything ready.
Yeah.
Because you just do the hollering. You don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, because you're not expecting to make it that far.
No. So, like, if one of them ever did that, I'd just kind of be like, oh, shit. Like, one time I called my cousin last year. He never picks up. ever.
Yeah.
Like literally, you can call him and he never ever picks up the phone. You know all those things on Instagram? They're like, if you had one person to call and they don't pick up,
Yeah.
you get $1 million. I will send that shit to him. So I called him and he picked up. And then he's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, honestly, I got nothing to say. I just didn't think you were going to pick up. So I was going to maybe leave a voicemail. Maybe see a missed call from me. Like, I don't have a conversation ready.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, cool. And then he hung up. But I saw those videos. Have you seen that new trend where dudes call their friends and say goodnight?
Yeah, like it's so funny, bro.
I'm gonna do that tonight. I have it planned. So I know 2 of my friends that don't have TikTok.
Yeah.
So they probably haven't seen that trend, and I'm gonna call them and see what's up. But isn't that sad that that's where men are at?
Yeah.
Because women do that. They'll call each other and say, "Hey, how's your day been, man?"
Like just simple conversation. Now, what do you do? Your boy's like, "What the fuck you on right now?"
Yeah, like women will do that. They'll check in on each other. Hey, I knew this thing was stressing you out.
Yeah.
How'd it go? Did you get over it? Like, do you need help with this? Men, if we do that kind of stuff, it's like it's looked at weird.
Yeah, your boys are like, "Yo, why are you doing this right now?"
Yeah, like why are you calling me with this? And that's why I think I'm kind of lucky. But then again, we're older. But my friends, like, especially when I was going through a tough time, they all like really came together and they were all like there for me, right?
Yeah.
So I guess with me, it might just be like if I say goodnight, they might just say goodnight back.
Yeah.
But I was planning on doing it because I saw a video
That's still gonna
yesterday
be so funny though.
where the guy's like, yo, dude, I just wanted to call and say goodnight. And the guy's like, what do you want? He's like, what you mean? He goes, what do you want? Why are you calling me? He's like, and then one guy told his friend, he goes, if you call me again with this nonsense, I'm gonna murder you. I was like, what?
Because like for guys, like that's not really like seen. Like we know that's like kind of like a female thing, right? So that's what makes it more funny when you actually call your boys, because they're probably like, yo, what the hell? This is so random, bro. Like,
yeah, that's what makes it funny.
And like if you check up on your boys, like really like it's kind of rare that you guys have those kind of conversations. Like, you know that you have those people that you can have those conversations with, but like most time with your boys, they're there to kind of be like a distraction of what you have going on.
Yeah, see, that's what men do is we hang out with each other to distract each other from other shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it all is. That's why I think we joke around a lot with most men. When you have 4 or 5 dudes sitting together, they're all just ripping on each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's no intelligent conversation.
No, it just, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then you'll, like, people ask you, what did you guys talk about? And you're like, honestly, nothing, man. Like, we were just making fun of each other.
Yeah.
Throwing some sports in there.
Dumb jokes, making fun of each other. It just, that's how it is.
Yeah, speaking of sports, you saw what happened to the Maple Leafs, eh?
Oh, yeah, of course. My boy is going through it right now. He's a huge Maple Leafs fan. And
I am too, but I refuse to watch Game 6.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of 7, but Game 6, I was like, I'm not watching it.
You couldn't?
No, so I went to Bellwood's Brewery.
Yeah.
And I picked up 5 Bellweisers.
Oh, my God.
Tall can beers.
Yeah, yeah.
You can drink in parks now, certain parks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Trinity Bellwoods Park, you can drink. So I just walked to Trinity Bellwoods, and I sat there and drank 4 tall cans.
Holy crap.
And then I checked the score at like 11-something, and they won. And then I walked home. So then I was going to do the same thing for Game 7.
Yeah.
But I fucked up. I should have. I missed the whole first period. I put it on in the second, and Florida scored 3 goals.
Bro, that was tough, man. I don't know if I was able to like properly watch that, because like I'm hearing it from my boys and stuff, and like I was kind of like skimming through it, like you said, just kind of just going on my phone and just scrolling through to see the score, and I just saw it kept going up and then going up and going up, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, like
it's bad, but at the same time, I mean, Florida's destroying Carolina now.
Yeah,
so maybe we're not that bad
if we push them to 7 games realistically, and I mean, obviously we were up, but like still to even get to 7 games with them now, considering.
But that's wild, man.
Have you seen the Knicks fans?
No, but I don't watch basketball a lot. But
okay.
See, the thing with basketball is when I was younger, we didn't have a team.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So, like, now I notice that a lot of my younger nephews and nieces, they're, like, almost into basketball more than hockey.
Because that's, you know, growing up was all hockey. Like, that's all you were seeing on TSN.
Yeah, so, like, when I grew up, we would get, at the time, there was the NBA on TNT or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it used to be 1 game a week, I think, maybe. I might be mistaken. It might have been 2. Yeah. It is usually the Bulls.
Yeah.
So then I became a Chicago Bulls fan.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So at that time, you were either a Bulls fan, New York Knicks fan, or a Lakers fan. But even then, I was a Bulls fan, but I didn't follow it.
Like that, yeah. It's just Michael Jordan's aura was basically just...
Yeah. That's why even when the Raptors won, the city went crazy. I was like, great. I was like happy, but I didn't really...
Yeah.
care.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like a show-stopping moment for me that, oh shit, the Raptors won.
Yeah. It was more like probably like if the Leafs won, then I'm assuming that'd probably be like more.
Not anymore.
Do you think it's because you lost hope, or what do we say?
I think after so many years of just getting beaten down.
Yeah, you just gotta accept.
Yeah, like in my 20s and 30s, if they won, oh my god, I would have been like
Fucking
over the
crazy.
moon,
Yeah.
right? My 40s now, I honestly don't think I'd care that much.
Yeah.
I'd kind of be like, yo, great, awesome.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be like,
oh my god, like I need to be there
Yeah.
at the parade and all that shit. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I stay away from crowds anyways, man. I don't
Yeah.
like crowds.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those things, like even sometimes, like if it's the weekend,
Yeah.
I'll never walk up King West.
Yeah.
If I'm going walking, because there's too many people. Like I purposely go inside like the side streets and stuff like that where you're not gonna run into people.
Just to avoid, yeah.
Just avoid people. Like big crowds are weird, man.
That's another thing too. Is like, was it always like that for you, or do you think like once you got older, like
Older.
I like because it's obviously like you said not older crowd, but like so many people you're surrounded by.
Yeah, like as I got older, I think this is actually something in the last like probably 3-4 years. But
Yeah.
what's wild is I didn't feel it in Thailand. In Thailand is like everywhere you go is packed.
Yeah.
Like Bangkok, I'm not sure. You might have to fact check me, but I think it has like 17, 18 million people.
Yeah.
And it's a big city, but it's not huge. Like the streets are always rammed.
Yeah.
So when you see like, Young Street on a Friday night,
Yeah.
that's most of the streets of Bangkok.
Yeah.
All the time.
But do you think it's because of you knowing that you were in a different place that you're like, yo,
I think
want
it's the
to
culture there, man. I think the
Yeah.
people there are just nicer.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it has to do with Buddhism.
Yeah.
Probably, if I had to guess, because they believe in karma a lot. And
Yeah.
everyone's just nice. And it's not, like, I know as a tourist, you expect people to be nice, and people are going to be nice to you because you're going to spend money.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people that have no reason to be nice to you. So, like,
They don't own you. Yeah.
the security guard that used to be the condo security guard that was 2 doors down from our hotel.
Yeah.
So every morning when I'd wake up, I'd go to, like, the 7-Eleven. They have 7-Elevens everywhere there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the spot
Yeah.
in Thailand. Like, you can get everything from a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like, you could literally probably get enough parts to build a rocket ship.
If you really want for the
Yeah,
7-Eleven?
at a fucking 7-Eleven. Like, there was nothing that I walked into 7-Eleven didn't find there.
Yeah.
But I'd walk to 7-Eleven, I'd walk by him every morning, and I'd just nod at him, like, yo, what's up? And then he would nod and smile. And every morning, me and him would just do that to each other. And that was
Wow.
everyone there. The cops. You walk by
Even
the
simple
cops.
interactions. That's amazing.
Yeah, everyone just kind of smiles, and you smile back.
And it's so different from the States. If you
I actually don't mind the States. One thing about the States is the whole Toronto has or Canada has nice people.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I find people are nicer in the US to you. Maybe it's just a Toronto thing.
Yeah.
But I find so correct me if I'm wrong, and you've probably gone through this.
Yeah.
In Thailand, you could stand in line, and if there's somebody in line, you strike up a conversation, she's a female, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Right? Montreal, they'll talk to you. Most parts of Europe, even though I haven't traveled Europe a lot, apparently they'll talk to you and stuff. States, people talk to you. Toronto, you talk to a girl, she thinks you're trying to pick her up.
As soon as and sometimes
As
it's
soon
just
as you
simple
say anything
conversation.
that like,
Yeah.
oh, yo, this lineup's long, they'll be like,
And it looked at her phone or some shit.
yeah, and it's like, oh, holy.
Yeah.
Even dudes, like you talk to somebody, you're like a random stranger in Toronto, they're not nice, dude.
Nah.
Like, I think we have this myth, and maybe other parts of Canada are different, but
Yeah.
in Toronto, people don't talk to you.
No, I've noticed that too. Like, that's why like, everyone, because that's the thing. Like, people still perceive Canadians as very nice, and we're
Yeah.
still getting that like credit, which I guess is okay. But at the same time, like I don't know what people y'all
Yeah,
talking
we're
about
not
because
nice.
every
Everyone's
time
got a screw face, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you walk around Toronto, everyone's mad.
even the cut eye.
Yeah, and nobody talks back when you say hi, or they look at you actually weird. Like, why
Yeah.
is this person talking to me? Like, what does he want?
Yeah.
And
Which
it's
is like, bro, sometimes it's just simple conversation. Just it doesn't need to be that deep where you have to like. You could just say hi, bro. You don't have to just not just look at me or whatever, you know?
Yeah. The other day, I was like, so when a girl puts up a story
Yeah.
and you like it, right? And
Yeah.
then sometimes if they look really good, you'll like send the clapping emoji. I thought that was just like, I honestly thought that was just you giving them props. Like,
Yeah.
yo, you look.
Yeah.
Apparently, because I was talking to one of my homies and he's like, yo, why are you doing that? You come across as thirsty. I'm like, there's no way all those girls think I'm trying to get with them because there's a lot of them. And he's like, no, they do. And I'm like, well, hold on a second, though. Like, that's just me, like, big upping the outfit or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to pick them up.
But that's the thing, because that's the thing. They added a like system on Instagram stories now, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously, so when people see that, they're like, "Oh, this guy's trying to hit on me," and then they see the emoji
Then
now.
why even have that system? Like, so you think everyone that likes that story is trying to hit on you? All my friends are hitting on me then. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the concept behind this.
Oh
like
God.
I guess I'm not social media savvy that way, but people are trying to tell me now.
It's like unwritten rules that I didn't know about, basically. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I think because now, like, it's getting to the point where I'm getting a lot of followers, and it's because of the show. So now my friends are starting to educate me on it.
Like,
and I'm like, well, I didn't know. Like, why does that feature exist? And that feature should just say, hey, I want your number.
Yeah, at that point.
Like you're just liking their post.
It's the same if it's the same if you were to like their Instagram post.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
There is no difference. Like, the story is a story, and the post is. In fact, if I see, when I post a story and I see people looked at it but didn't like it, I'm like, fuck you. So I get offended if they look at it and don't like it, because I'm like, what, you looked at the story and you couldn't double tap the screen? Like, what the hell's wrong with you, right? But it's like, apparently that's a faux pas. You're not supposed to like everyone's shit. And I like everyone's shit. Like, I'm not talking about just girls. Like, I'm talking about dudes. Like, I'll go through stories. If I viewed your story, I like it.
Your boy posts like a selfie. You like it? It's like, yo.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not just girls, but I like everything when I look at it. All the stories.
Yeah.
So apparently that's not what you're supposed to do. I just learned that recently. The one time I was in a place and this girl asked for my number. Because of the show. I'm not stupid. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I don't have blinders on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I had no interest.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll just give my number and then just never respond.
Yeah.
The person messages, right? Which is what I did.
Yeah.
But afterwards, my friends are like, nah, man, you can't do that. Like, you can't hand your number out to people and it's going to become a thing that, oh, yo, he gives his number to her girl because she's like younger than me.
Oh, and
then you gonna look like the creepy dude. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. But like, how do I get out of that situation then?
Yeah,
someone asks for, like, what do I say? No?
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So there's all these rules now that I didn't have to worry about before that I kind of have to worry about now.
It's because of social media. That's it.
Yeah. So I'm getting to the point now where I just told one of my friends, she's in the industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm going to give you my login. I'm going to give you my the password and all that shit. You post for me. Because you still have to have a presence on there.
Yeah.
Because that's how you connect with people, right? So I'm like, you post for me. You respond to people for me. You do all that. Because apparently everything I'm doing is creepy old man shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like, I'm telling you, if I show you the last, like, 100 likes I've given, they're equally distributed to dudes and girls. So it's not, like, I'm not using it to pick someone up. This is something I didn't think I'd have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like this section of, not fame, I don't think I'm famous, but the section of popularity.
Like, relevancy that's kind of.
Yeah, it comes with all these other things that you don't think of. So, like, occasionally, I'll act a fool, right?
Yeah.
So was it a year ago? I might have gotten too high.
Yeah.
This might be a true story, might not be a true story. But I might have gotten way too high and drunk and passed out on a bench.
Yeah.
And people might have had to call the guy that lives upstairs to come pick my ass up. And he might have had to pick my ass up off the bench, throw me in the car, drive me home, get me McDonald's, sober my ass up, and take me inside. This might have happened. It might have not happened. Yeah. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, even yesterday when I was at the club, it's like I got to cut myself off after 2 beers. Because I'm like, if I start, like, getting a little bit buzzed and start having a good time. Too comfortable
and stuff.
And a camera comes out and catches something that somebody thinks is weird or that gets misconstrued. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in a shit world of trouble. Like,
that's the thing. Like, you guys have a lot of pressure that people don't realize in terms of, like, even simple interactions could be misconstrued.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then the thing is, if you do the standoffish act, then you're an asshole. Like, there's no winning.
Yeah.
So the only thing I figured out, the only thing that allows you to win, just don't go anywhere.
Simple as that.
Yep, just stay at home.
Yeah.
And that's honestly 90, unless technology is spinning or just me.
Yeah.
That's what I do 90% of the time.
That's all you need, bro.
Yeah, I skip a bunch of events. I'll skip everything. I'll just stay at home because, like, you know what? I got my own guest list.
Yeah.
I got access to my own washroom.
What else?
Vape.
What more do I need?
Yeah. Meanwhile, actually, that's something I've noticed because I've been to a couple of clubs recently, events. People vape inside in front of the bouncers and no one seems to care anymore.
No. And it's like a normal thing. Like it's...
Yeah, like it's totally okay. Like, I don't know if the bouncers are just told to turn the blind eye because you don't want to, like... But when vaping first started, I remember one of my friends owns GTA Vapes.
For real? Oh, shit.
Shout out Jas Karn. But he was actually the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
So he used to have those ones that like let the big clouds go, right?
Yeah.
I remember me and him were in Niagara Falls one time, and the bouncers were like all pissed at that. And then I remember it used to happen all the time. I don't know if it's because these things don't let out big clouds or whatever it is, but nobody cares anymore.
No.
I've noticed it. Like, and the thing is, I vape a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have your headphones on, you forget where you are. You're kind of just walking.
Yeah.
So one day I was just vaping away, and then I realized I'm inside Eaton Center. And I've been vaping for like 20 minutes and walking around inside stores and everything. I'm like, but no, like, you look like a jackass doing that. And I stopped doing it. But like, nobody said anything.
Yeah. Because it's become the norm. And you know what's another thing too I've realized with that is even like simple interactions with people, if a conversation becomes like dull, maybe like after like a minute or so, and it's just quietness, and no one knows what to do, they'll just bring out their vape.
Yeah, and start vaping.
Yeah, because they don't know what else.
I do something when that happens.
Is it because it's awkward, or is it just like that's
awkward?
Like,
yeah. But when that happens, I have this thing, and I've done it before.
Yeah.
And then people laugh their heads off, but I'll like just look around. I'll be like, I think we're done here, and then I walk away.
Yo, at least you're honest. At least you're honest about that. It's just like, yo.
Yeah, I think we're done here, dude. Then I just leave.
Rather than just being there awkwardly standing, then pulling out the vape and stuff.
But sometimes it's fun to act really awkward in front of people. Like, I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, not all the time.
Yeah.
But if I'm in one of those spots, because now I'll be in some places sometimes where everyone just wants to talk about themselves. And if they ask you how things are going with you, it's only because they want to talk about themselves, what they're doing. Things are, yeah. And then when that, like, I've walked away mid-convo before, where the guy's like, "How are things going with you?" I'm like, no job anymore, dude. I live in a basement.
They're just waiting for that moment to talk about, well, what's going on with you?
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, well, I've invested in it," and I leave. Yeah. It's the funniest. Like when somebody's talking to you and you walk away.
Because they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
What are you supposed to say to that? Someone walking away.
Just walk away mid-conversation because it's like that's my way of saying I don't care.
Yeah.
And I didn't
was gonna
ask
say, like,
you.
Could you tell the difference though with? I'm assuming there's probably been interactions with people that you can tell who only want to talk about themselves, and then others who actually care to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
You can always see someone's intentions, and I was blinded to this for a while, but it's like the last couple of years I've realized it. You see people's intentions. They give you indications all the time.
Yeah.
You just, a lot of times you choose to ignore them subconsciously because you think, like, people will tell you what your worth is to them through their actions. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's doing something where they're lying to you or doing something behind your back or that person doesn't respect you.
No.
And there's nothing you can do to keep a person like that happy either. It's it's like a really weird scenario, but when you actually start paying attention to human behavior, you can actually tell who is. I say genuine wrong all the time. I say it like the singer.
Is it like the singer? That's what I ask.
I don't know how to say it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can tell who's genuine and who isn't. You can always tell. And also the people that are genuine, they're trying to learn something.
Yeah.
Because I find that I'm interested in somebody if they've got something that they can teach me. And in the end, that's still selfish when you look at it.
Because you're still putting it back on yourself.
And you're still trying to extract something from that communication, right? But I mean, I'm okay with that. If people consider that selfish, that's cool. Because like and this is gonna sound very preachy and weird, but I'm of the firm belief that all of us are put here by the universe to experience itself. Mm-hmm. And where humans go wrong is we try to control our destination.
Yeah.
There is no control here. Like,
no.
I'm not saying you can nudge things along into the right way.
Yeah.
But if you just give up control and almost look at it as like you're a passenger and your job is to view,
Yeah.
And just take in everything that you can, the good shit starts happening, man. It's weird.
You just got to let things coast.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the problem that people don't realize is that what's meant for you will always be. It's simple
100%.
as that.
It's always going to find you. Always. And occasionally you do something really fucked up and weird because or else the universe can be like, this guy's boring. He's not showing me enough experience, right?
Yeah.
So every now and again, every couple of months, I try to do something that's like nobody expected me to do.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know, right?
Yo, it's kind of sick, right? Like, yo, I thought this guy was just chilling, bro. I didn't know what the hell this guy was doing.
Yeah, so every now and then I'll do something really dumb.
They're like, oh, okay, that's
it's a lot easier. And that's why another thing is that people was like, yo, you're just like your character on the show. And I'm like, dude, I didn't have to act that hard.
Bro, that's even blessed, bro. Like, that's the thing, like, seeing the show and then, like, obviously, like, how we interact and stuff, I'm like, bro, this guy is literally just playing the same character.
The funny thing is we were at a viewing for episode 6.
Yeah.
There's a Departures festival that just happened in Toronto or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Jasmeet, we watched episode 6, and then afterwards Jasmeet went up to the front for a Q&A, right?
Yeah.
And then he was talking about the co-stars in the show, and he's like, the guy who plays Chippy's love interest, Fuad.
Yeah.
Nicest guy. One of the best actors I've ever worked with.
Yeah, he was great in the role.
Right? So he started talking about him and how he's a good actor and how he learned a lot from him. Then he's talking about everyone like the other. And then he points at me and he's like, Sonny is Sonny. He's like... And then my friend was sitting beside me and she's like, yo, that's the best way to describe it. It's like, I really just be out there doing some shit sometimes for no reason.
But it just worked out.
Yeah, and then even that whole, I know somebody that will get you this, I know somebody, that just happens. But I think that's just more life. Like,
yeah.
I've been around long enough that I should know someone that can do this. And someone that can do that. If I haven't been paying attention. You know what I'm saying? But it like... I never had to look at the script and try to get into that character's head, if that makes sense.
Yeah, which is good though. Like, that right there probably told you guys, like, yo, this is perfect. Like, because I think probably there's probably a worry, like, when you're going into a role, like, oh, like, what kind of character do they want me to be? What is the character's motivations? Like, how am I going to play that?
And then you have, like, all that dissecting of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'd read it and I'd be like, man, I would do that. I would do this. I would do that. Like, like if there's not one... decision. He made some weird decisions this year.
The one with the tattoo was one of my favorites, by the way.
Yeah.
The first season was still one of because I'm like, bro, I know a guy like this, bro.
Like, I wanted to get that tattoo after just for fun. Because that was fake, right? Like, they put it on that morning. And I was like, yo, I'm starting to like this tattoo.
Yeah.
So one of the girls that's the executive producer, no, she's a writer.
Yeah.
And I think executive producer. I should be better at this. But anyways, she was like, yo, I'm waiting for the day that you get so into character that you walk in with this tattoo. And then even the earrings. So Sonny doesn't wear earrings. I got these done in Thailand.
Oh, shit. So you have to take them off or like?
No, this was after we shot. So we shot season 2.
Yeah.
And then like 3 weeks later, I got on a plane and I left. Right?
Wow.
And I was gone for like a month. And I think it was like the week 2. And I just woke up. I'm like, I want to get my ears pierced. And then one of my friends I was with, this girl, she's like, I want to get a tattoo. And I'm like, bet, let's go. So then we're literally on our phones in Thailand searching up tattoos near us. Not how good they are. Like, we're kind of, we're kind of looking. And then we just walked in and she got a heart tattoo on her finger. And then I just got my ears pierced. And then I remember that night having massive regret.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know. That night, so we went to, weed is legal in Thailand.
Yeah.
So there's weed shops everywhere. And their weed shops are actually different because weed is legal, but you can't smoke it on the street, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can smoke it in your house or you can smoke it at the weed shops.
Yeah.
So you buy the weed, it's like this, like a nice little setup.
Yeah.
And then you go upstairs and they have a lounge. And the lounge has sofas, there's a DJ spinning sometimes.
That's fire.
They sell beer, they sell like pop and snacks, and you smoke there.
Yeah.
And then you get high as shit. So I got high as shit. And Thai weed, like, I don't get high that often, but Thai weed is some other shit, man. Like, I don't know what they, like, we saw a weed food court. I'm going off topic here, but it was a food court. I'm like, this is brilliant as a business idea.
Yeah.
Where you walk in, you show your ID at the door, and you walk in, it's set up just like a North American food court with those cheesy tables and stuff. And there's a bunch of places around you, and all they sell is weed and food.
Holy
and you
crap.
just sit in there and you get baked and eat and just keep eating. I'm like, they have a captive audience here, dude.
Yeah, you already
they got
had me
high
there, like-
people eating. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that one guy that was there selling slices of pizza. I'm like, this guy's making a killing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. So I got really, really high.
Yeah.
And then, you start thinking about every decision you've ever made.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo, and then my ear hurt a bit. And I'm like, why the hell did I do this now? Like, I wanted to do it in high school.
Yeah, yeah. Because that was like, yo,
really
everyone
bad.
saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and then my mom wouldn't let me at the time.
Yeah.
She was like, no, you can't get
The
it done.
one thing I'll say, though, with my mom and my dad, like, they had me when they were like 20 and 21. They lived down here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they knew to a certain point, like, they weren't too strict with that. They're like, so if you want to get earrings, so I got my ears pierced, I want to say like grade 7. I was 12.
See?
Yeah.
But see,
I
that
got the
generation
blessing.
was different.
I got the chance to. Yeah.
My mom now, like now she's cool. Like now
Yeah.
she's like, oh man, these looked really good. You should have gotten them done back then. I'm like, yeah, really?
Yeah, really? Now
How
you
do you
wanna-
think that would have went down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showed up with earrings. But also back in those days, earrings were one of those things where like you'd have trouble getting a job even.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when I first joined the workforce, like in holy shit, like 2000 or 1999,
Yeah.
we were still wearing shirts and ties and shit
Yeah.
to work, right? And you had to be like well groomed, and your hair had to be cut well. Like it was still like appearances mattered still.
Like tattoos and stuff were an issue too.
Oh yeah, people didn't have tattoos,
Yeah.
man. You didn't see tattoos, you didn't see earrings, nothing. But now it's like all that's good,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think the society changed with it too.
Because everyone's scared of the cancel culture. It
Yeah.
still comes back to that at the
Yeah,
end
it
of the day.
comes somebody might say, "Oh, this guy hates people with tattoos," or "He hated on my tattoo because it said this."
And they put it on TikTok, and then that's how it gets viral. They say like, don't apply to this job, this manager thing, and your career's over.
The manager said this, the manager said that. But yeah, work culture was a lot different. It was a lot more strict back then.
Yeah.
dude. Like there was a lot of stuff you couldn't do. But then it was weird because you could go out at lunch, have a beer,
Yeah.
and come back to the office, and that was totally okay.
Yeah, which didn't. It's
Makes
like, where's the
sense.
line kind of drawn?
Yeah.
there?
Like I remember in the early 2000s, there was a beer fridge there. Like now, mind you, you couldn't get sloshed at work.
Yeah.
But if it was a Friday afternoon,
Yeah,
you know?
you're tempted, obviously, right?
yeah, when we do our like hockey fantasy pool and everything, and the guys would stay late, we'd be drinking in the offices and stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the older salespeople had like a bottle of scotch in their desk, right? It would
Yeah.
come out on a Friday afternoon. But like none of that stuff's allowed anymore, but you can wear earrings. So there's always something they're gonna take away.
It's like, look at the comparison. Like, yo, you could drink beers and stuff at work, right?
Yeah.
But like, yo, if you're wearing earrings, nah, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah, like it was
It's
like, and the only reason they canceled that was because somebody probably got drunk and got into accident on the way home and sued the company.
yeah,
Like not at our company, but in some company somewhere, and then that's when they probably said, okay, no alcohol anymore.
yeah, or no earrings.
But it's one of those weird things when you take a step back when you get older and you start realizing how much society's changed
Yeah,
and how much it's absolutely stays the same. Like how shit it is. Like the amount of we pay in taxes, and then you walk through Kensington and you see people in the Fenty Fold, and I drove by, or the Uber guy was driving, I was in the back, but homeless encampments right across from Dufferin Mall.
yeah,
Like a whole bunch. I'm like, dude, how with the wealth that exists in this country, how is it? And I know you can sit here and say mental health or addiction, or we can talk about a million reasons why that person is
Yeah.
in that tent. That's not my question. My question is, in this country with the wealth we have,
resources.
why is that their only option?
Yeah,
Like, it's ridiculous.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like, and you can understand in a country like, well, you can't understand in any country because every country has enough wealth to take care of its people,
Yeah,
right? But you can somewhat understand in a country like India because poverty's higher, right? But how do you live in a North American country and have that type of situation? I'll never understand it.
yeah. No, I completely agree. I think that it's very tough to see, and like I was telling you too, we have so many resources, and there is a lot of resources. It's just people don't want to give the opportunity to give them a chance to.
No, the distribution of the resources was fucked up.
Yeah,
You'll have like the top 5% of people with like 80% of the shit.
yeah. Just fuck to think about.
And the thing
like,
is, when we were kids, we were smart enough to know that was fucked up. Like if
Yeah.
you take 5 kids in a daycare and you give 2 of them 80% of the toys. The other 3 kids are gonna be like, yo, this isn't fair. And even the kids that have 80% of the toys are gonna be like, yo, this ain't good. Let's handle the toys
simple
properly.
Things that you would think about.
But we don't do that.
No.
As you get older, like we just want to consume more, and that's why I decided consciously I'm out. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not part of the rat race. I wear all black now mostly.
Yeah.
I try not to buy brand names anymore.
Bro, like, all of this stuff that I'm wearing is probably like from like H&M Urban Plan. Like I don't care to support that stuff. Like even the money that they cost, man, is like I'm not gonna spend that much on those things. Like
no,
it's not my importance. I could still be comfortable in what I'm wearing, like, you know.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not. I've driven some nice cars in my life. I've lived in big houses. I've done all that stupid stuff, only to now realize that I'm cutting back.
It's not that important.
No, I'm just gonna do things that make me feel at peace and make me feel happy.
That's great, bro. I have 2 more questions, and then we'll get out of here because I know time's going. So season 2, episode 6.
Yes.
New Canadian. That was one of my favorite episodes.
Mine
that
too.
You guys.
3 and 6 were my favorite.
3 and 6 were so inspiring, and the amount of detail that you guys went into it, I love. So what was your thoughts and feelings on that episode and the impact that it had on you and then others that also viewed it?
Like I said, I remember when I read that, I was like, oh, this is great. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
As long as the students are good actors. They killed it. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. I was like, when I read it, I was like, shit, we need this. This episode, this story needs to be told right now at this point in time. Because especially when he's on his phone and he sees all the hate comments.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous the way, like everyone else is hating on the students, but even brown people are hating on them.
And it's like, it's hurting to see, to be honest, too.
They're
like,
young kids that go to college, man. They're going to party. They're going to drink. They're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? We've done all the shit that they're doing right now when we were young.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like they've been singled out without us as a society noticing that they're here because of us.
Yeah.
They're here doing the stuff we don't want to do. They're here keeping our colleges afloat by paying double, triple the tuition. What got me the most in that episode, it was I don't know if it was done on purpose. I've never got to talk to Jasmeet about this, but knowing him, it probably was.
Yeah.
Because he directed that episode. Remember when they're sitting there talking about that electric bike?
Yeah.
Right? And then they zoom in on the electric bike and they're all sitting there kind of dreaming about the electric bike. I looked at, in front of the electric bike, rewatched that episode, there's an Audi R8, a blue one.
Wow, so he probably did it on purpose. That's to show the...
And I'm looking at the R8. I didn't even look. I looked at the electric bike once or twice. I was looking at the R8. I'm like, yo, that's dope. That hit me personally in a way where I was like, dude, their aspirations...
That's what it is.
They can't even aspire or dream of the things we dream of, but we hold them to the same standards as us. Yeah. How fucked up is that? So they're so low on our cultural, economic totem pole by design, because we need that class of people.
Yeah.
They're the new slave class.
Yeah, realistically.
Let's call a spade a spade. They've been imported in by the government as the legal slave class. So when we sit here and say countries like Dubai are bringing in slave laborers to make their buildings in Qatar, we're doing the exact same thing. We're just hiding it as a student visa program. So there are slave class.
They kind of work around it.
100%. Yeah. Are conditions here a little bit better? Maybe. For some of them, no. They're living 10, 15 to a basement. So no, it's not better, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, how are we putting the same standards of livability and how they should act when our aspirations don't even register to them, and their aspirations mean shit to us? Because we can get that electric bike tomorrow. But we expect them to be polished and act like us that are born here. Like, it's bullshit, man. They get the short end of the stick. And at the second people start realizing that, and we band together as a community and try helping them out and helping them get used to life in Canada, and it's going to be better for everyone. But nobody wants to do that part. Everyone just wants to sit and complain about the situation. That wasn't created by them. They've paid good money to come here.
Exactly.
And they're working hard. Like, this is legitimately one of the arguments where you can say they have done nothing wrong.
They've been earned promised everything, bro.
Yeah, they've been promised a fake view of Canada by design. By design. Been bought over here, paid double, triple the tuition that kids born here pay.
Yeah.
And then have to work these shit jobs that no one here wants. like it's fucked up what's happening to them, and it's happening in front of all of our eyes, and nobody just full out says that we've imported them as our slave class.
Yeah,
and nobody wants to talk about that, and then you'll have people like non-Indian people sit there and say racist shit. It's like, okay, great. You know what? Tell them all to go back home. All right.
See all those jobs that
you. Yeah. And then let's see when you want to order your cupcake at 1 a.m. Who's gonna fucking deliver that cupcake?
Like those are things that people take for granted, bro. And that's why I was like, it's so important. And I was happy that episode was done because those are things that people like us don't really think about that deep into. Yeah. You know, we have so many more opportunities, and like you said, we take it for granted. So I love the fact that you guys did that.
Yeah, that was my favorite by far. Yeah, that and the 9/11 one.
Yeah,
when I was reading all 6 of the episodes, I'm like, these two are gonna hit.
Yeah,
and coincidentally, both my favorite episodes are both directed by Jasmeet.
I'll tell you right there. Yeah. And the last question I asked for you, bro, before you head out of here is, why should the viewers give Late Bloomer a chance? If you had to just sum it up.
Well, the thing is, as a show, first of all, it's entertaining.
It is.
It's funny. It has drama. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh. But what really I think it represents is we've arrived to that stage where we can have a show about not just being brown or desi, but being brown or desi in Canada and what our life is. We've arrived at that stage. So if you're not going to, I mean, if you don't want to support that, then it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. We don't want you supporting it, but like this is a show for us, by us.
Yeah.
Like FUBU, remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I actually do.
I bought a FUBU jersey last week at a vintage shop.
Oh, that's fire. I used to have the shoes and stuff, bro.
Yeah, dope. But yeah, it's a show for us, by us. So like, even if you don't want to, like, it's not a lot of time to invest. They're half-an-hour episodes, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something that you haven't seen on Canadian TV before.
Never.
But it also normalizes us in other people's eyes. They get to see that, hey, we're just kind of like them too. Our families go through the same shit. We do the same stuff with a little bit of a different twist on it. But it's the same stuff, man. It's the same stuff. It's an Indo-Canadian experience that you can only, and not even Indo-Canadian. I'd say it's at any other country after that, other than India. Indo-American. It could be Indo-British to some extent, right? So it's our experience living abroad and what it takes as a first generation to kind of blend or succeed. But at the same time, like I said, the races could be anything, and the show still works.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for all this, bro. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. It was a good time, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been joined here by Sunny. You can catch Late Bloomer on Crave right now, and we out.
Oops.
Thanks, guys. And it's the perfect timing, eh?
Yeah.